Hi everybody, welcome back to Starfield Raw. This is episode number 68. I am Joe the Widget. I was going to come up with some bad jokes, so be prepared for next episode. There's going to be a really bad joke when I start. It's just, it has to happen.
Oh, we're going to beat the brakes off it next week.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And I'm joined by my fellow co-host, the Space Trucker Phenomenon. That is Kilo.
Phenomenon. Getting weird now. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another great week.
We have a listener in chat. I don't know if they'll say hi or not, or chime in, but they're very much a predominant force in our Discord, and that's Anna.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
I was going to look up Starfield news, but I didn't, and oops. But I don't think there's anything, because I follow everything Bethesda, so.
I got into a couple of articles earlier today. One of them was about Cyberpunk, which is another one of my favorite games. And really, that was all it took to just kind of be sick of gaming news today. This is all garbage. I mean, there's more substantial press in, like, the Inquirer than there is in any online gaming site. Yeah,
I've noticed the last year, I've been a gamer my entire life. I've worked in the industry for 12 years, and I've never seen the industry this bad, especially the press.
Let me just run down some of the top selections from today. Playing Stalker 2 made me realize that one thing is that Starfield is really missing. How about Starfield's Rev 8 shouldn't be a one-and-done thing? Or
it's not.
Todd Howard must add one character feature already, blah, 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 blah. It is ridiculous. It's a swamp.
All I see in the news lately in the gaming world is Avowed. But I'm extremely excited for that game.
Yeah, it does look cool.
I am actually trying to talk the guys into doing an Avowed podcast. So hopefully we do. We'll see.
We'll see how it plays out. I'm open to that.
It would be a short-term podcast. I'm guessing 6 months to a year. But it would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We're here to talk about one game in particular, and that's Starfield. The game that we've all been playing like crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Weird.
Oh, man. I must have took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Oh, I was supposed to be on that other show. Oops. Not the Truckers Anonymous podcast?
Truckers Anonymous. That's funny.
I heard the daggers in your voice, bud.
Well, that's because I have a company meeting tomorrow. Our annual meeting is tomorrow. Not tomorrow, I'm sorry, Saturday. And, tomorrow when you're listening to this, if you listen on Friday, and I'm not looking forward to it. But that is not Starfield talk, so.
It's funny is I have my annual review on Friday, too.
Good time.
But I already saw it because HR released it, and I got a 4.86 out of 5. So I had 4 out of 5 on my entire review that made no sense. It was all positive talk. Like, everything about it was positive, which prevents me from getting a 5% raise instead of 4%.
Interesting.
So I'm thinking they did it on purpose, just so they didn't have to give me a 1% raise extra.
Well, we're about to see if the company's going to implode because this is the first annual meeting that we've had that is going to include our parent company because we were bought this year.
That's right.
So I'm sure it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but I'm okay with interjecting some personal stuff in the show every now and then. It makes it fun.
Yeah, here and there. But
they all, like the listeners, they all get a good sense of our personalities just by how we play the game and what we talk about. So
that's true. So you're going to get some other stuff in here every once in a while.
Yeah, and with my notes, I could have added about 4 to 5 swear words easily in my first 3 notes.
Listen, you and I are the only ones that see this. You don't have to type %, exclamation point.
It's funny, though.
Money sign.
That's the author of me doing that comic style swearing.
Yosemite Sam swearing is what you look like in your notes.
Yeah, what can I say? I think maybe if we do the Avowed podcast, we're just gonna forget about the PG rating.
I think we should.
Yeah, make my life easier. I think that'd be more fun.
I have other reasons for that, but we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, that's private stuff.
The show.
We had a lot going around Discord, but a few things. But we'll talk about that after we get through our plays because I noticed the very first thing on your notes was escape, and I must know. Inquiring mind wants to know.
Okay, well, I ended up going back and I ended up playing through it twice, and I'm pretty sure that on both times that I missed something. There's something that I'm missing that I'm not picking up. I don't know what it is. The first time I got all the way through the end, I couldn't find the exit. I found the hidden wall, or you go back down there and it's like a trash pile,
Mm-hmm.
and which was kind of cool. Although
The corpses?
yeah, what I found interesting about that is that they all had the golden key card on them,
Yes.
all of them.
I'm pretty sure you missed quite a bit. Did you find that pistol in the first room?
Yes, I did find the pistol.
Nice.
I had a pistol. So okay, so the first time what I ended up doing on my second pass, I was trying to. I think I took a wrong turn on the dialogue tree because I ended up having to take Ava out
Oh, no.
because she threw down on Aubrey, and I was like, no, like I can't. Don't kill the dude. Yeah, so I ended up having to take her out, and I'm like, all right, well, that wasn't it. So then I loaded back, and this time I got all the way through, and I told them that I was going to stay behind, and they go into the little bar
Yeah.
at the end, and then I could not for the life of me figure it out. I went back. There's
you want
the one.
any hints?
Well, I'll tell you what I figured out so far.
Okay.
Because there is one door that leads into another room that I did not. I couldn't. You needed a digipick to get into it.
Yeah,
I thought
I think
maybe that
there's
might have been one of them.
2 or
and then
3 of
there's
them that
all-
you can find.
Okay, well, I couldn't find any of them. And then I went. The other one that I was trying is in the room where you first encounter the little creatures that run at you. When you
Yes.
put the cage up, the floor disappears, and there's a spinning fan down there, and it says in lettering, "I need a cutter." But for the life of me, I didn't see or find any cutter anywhere at all.
There's 2, I think.
How am I missing these? I must have spent like a good couple hours on these 2 attempts trying to figure my way out, and I just
Dude, that's why it took me 4 hours to do this quest, to do that quest, because I was trying to figure out everything on my own. I did not look up anything, and I just wanted to figure it out on my own. And when I did, it was like an aha moment, and I was so excited.
Right.
And
there's got to be something else I'm not seeing. I'm sure there's not. I don't want hints. I am going to go back and do it again. I don't.
Did you find
know
all
if
the
I'm gonna-
logs?
I did. I only found 3 again, and so I think it's like the first one, the third one, and the 5th one, literally. So I'm not even sure. Obviously, there's 2 that I'm missing.
Yeah.
But I had to put it down because I was going to start getting frustrated. I'm like, all right, time to move on to something else.
That's fair.
So I went and got Andresia and Barrett.
Well, you have to.
Yeah. Well, Andresia first, obviously, and then I went to get Barrett, and this was the first time that I played through that mission where the pirates on the inside of the compound got hostile. The 2 times gotten him before, 2 or 3 times. Even if I took everybody outside out, once I was inside, as long as I didn't shoot anybody, everybody inside was cool. This time they were not.
This actually brings up a really good topic, Evan, that just came to me all of a sudden. Because
late on me.
Is there anything in the game moments where you have to do it a certain way or you're not satisfied? Like, for instance, that part where Barrett's kidnapped, when you go to rescue him, I have to take out every one of those pirates. I've never ended it peacefully. I know you can. I've seen it done. Yeah, but every time I do it, I try to think of more creative ways to take them out. I don't even talk to them. I just blow them up.
Just blow them up.
The last couple of times I've been blowing them up because there's actually explosive stuff in that room. And if you throw a grenade in the right spot, it's boom, 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 and they're dead.
Nice.
And Barrett's just sitting there with a pile of pieces everywhere.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything like that for me? I would have to say, well, for one, I always have to blow up the Crimson Fleet captain on Crete. When you get to the end of the top of the building, and they're all standing in front of flammable barrels, gotta do that every time. And let's see, what else?
They make it so obvious. That one, though, for my own sake, I've always tried to talk him out of it. Not because I can't, take him out, but I've always wanted to see if I could do it since the first time I did it. I think I have like minor OCD in this game.
Have you ever been able to talk him out of it?
Yeah, a couple times.
Oh, okay. So you know what? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the very first time I actually played the game, I did.
Got you. Yeah, what's another good one?
What about you? I
have one.
Yeah?
Oh,
yeah.
What do you got?
I always have to side with the hunter.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know that you can turn on both of them or that you can pick the emissary, but even in my first playthrough, I was like, the hunter's the one who makes the most sense to me. So I ever since then, I've just always sided
We're
with
the complete opposite. The first couple times I played, that's another one. Like, I have to talk the hunter out of it because I always side with the emissary if I'm going to side with somebody. And by the way, trying to go against them both on extreme is suicide.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Believe it. You know what I have to do is every time I do Sam Coe's quest, I have to be a smartass the entire way through because Sam Coe gets so worked up over it, and it's just funny to watch. So every chance I have a dialogue option that's kind of like a little on the not nice side,
which is my entire playthrough right now, and it's been a blast. Are you talking about the quest you have to do for part of the main story or his personal quest line?
For the part of the main story where you go through Jacob.
Because I've never done his personal main story. He's the only one I have not done yet.
Yeah. I think he says something at one point. He's like, are you going to be like this the entire time? I'm like, yeah, probably.
That's a guarantee.
Don't worry,
another one that I have is whenever I create a character, I always end up picking like the same couple of backgrounds. It's either soldier, bounty hunter, or professor.
Why the professor? That's a weird choice in that group.
It gets 3 science skills.
Oh, okay. Yeah, respect.
So you only have to pick up 1 to get to weapon engineering and spacesuit engineering.
Okay. I always have to get Taskmaster because I'm so big on my ship. I need that extra little percentage boost to possibly, help fix my ship. I always go for Task.
My character, my main, is so combat driven. It's insane. I was looking at my skill tree the other day and I hit level 128, I think. And I still want to put points into combat, even though I have them practically maxed out on the tree I want to do. I have nothing for my ship, and I was always wondering, okay, why do I get my butt whooped even though I have an awesome ship? And it's because I have literally no points into my ship.
Yeah, you literally have to invest in that, especially at your level.
So I started doing that.
Difficulty, yeah.
And it does make a big difference. And
yeah.
And your boost pack maxed out, by the way, awesome.
Your crew matters too, because your crew brings extra skills that
they do, and I always space that because I never bring crew.
Have you tried boost assault training? It's a master skill in the military.
I've not tried that one yet.
Oh, it's so cool. Whenever you like aim down your sights while you're in the air, it actually causes you to hover, and then rank 4 adds on slow time on top of that. It's great.
Oh,
probably one of my favorite skills.
That's amazing. That sounds so cool. Why didn't somebody tell me about this earlier? Because I would have totally gone for that.
Okay, I completely spaced what you guys are talking about. Work.
Anna brought up boost assault training.
Oh, yeah, that one always
what they said
lame.
is that what they just said is that
the first 2 levels are kind of lame. The first level only lights enemies on fire. And the second level has a chance to knock them down. But once you get to 3rd level, you're like Jango Fett, hovering in the air, firing.
Oh, okay. I get that now.
You would have fun with your hard target in the air, hovering.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I don't need to look for a sniper's nest anymore.
Yeah. More than that. So.
No, don't give me ideas for more efficient stealth killing. I'll do it.
Rank 4 even slows time, so you'll be able to take out the whole base before they know what's happening.
Well, I know where my next 4 levels are going.
There you go. That's awesome. I don't know what it is. Oh, so during this battle with Barrett, okay? Can anybody tell me when last time you collected Barrett, what weapon he had on him?
I never even actually checked.
When he started fighting with you? No idea?
Nope.
Because I come around the corner and there's like this guy, and he's in the corner of this room behind these pipes, and I can't get a good line on him. Barrett's right there, and it's just explosion after explosion after explosion. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna die. This is cool. And then all of a sudden, I back up. I go off to the right a little bit, just kind of side shift, and then pop.
Hold up. He's using a negotiator?
An advanced negotiator, dude. He was blowing the dude up.
Okay, I've never checked him, but I know for sure it's never been a grenade launcher.
I don't know, man. I didn't give it to him, but he had it.
Huh.
I know companions will loot enemies if they find a better weapon.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure about that, yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, because I was very surprised because he almost blew me up. Done it a couple times now, but he's super fun to let loose in a room.
Okay, because that's interesting. I'm really... Okay, companions in Starfield will not loot weapons. It's not coded in their AI.
Oh, you know what? Let me take that back. That might be a mod. Because I do have mods in my game that improve follower behavior, and that might have been from that.
Okay, well, that could be a possibility then. Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, still surprised.
Yeah, that would just surprise me too.
Listen, but I'm thinking I kind of have I don't know, Widget, are you rubbing off on me or
probably
what is happening? Because my persuasion this time around has been absolute garbage. I went back to the to Aquila to do Sam's thing, right? So of course you have the bank heist and the hostage situation. Failed persuasion, like tanked it for the first time.
Yeah, and that's one of the easiest ones to pass.
Yeah, I know. And the same thing happened with the Shaw gang. When I went there, I ended up failing that first. That was a little bit of a harder persuasion check, but that tanked too. So anyways, I had to actually go through the back door of the bank and go through and pop, take everybody out. Which I
like doing that, which is fun. But
I mean, it was fun, but it was nice to do it differently, I guess. But
is that your first time going into the back door?
Listen, this is episode 68. What are we talking about here?
I know, I thought the same thing. We're going to have a lot of fun next episode, that's for sure.
Depending on context, no and yes. No, that was my first time attempting that. I had not done it before. I always just talked my way out of it. So
okay.
No, but I did also do some exploring around Aquila. Because I was going after Ezekiel, who's at Aggie's. You know, Ezekiel voiced by my boy Matt Mercer. I had to get him for my crew, and I couldn't find it. So it wasn't on my map yet. I hadn't passed it before. I couldn't remember where it was. I'm like, I don't want to look it up. So I ended up just wandering around. I found a couple things that I did not know were in Aquila City, just wandering around. Did you know that there was a frickin' zoo?
Yes, because you know the quest for one of the new ones. I just completely spaced it. Tracker's Alliance quest, one of them, the Vulture, I think. Or no, the first one that you get for free, because you have to find that guy that's wandering around Aquila.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the first time I actually went around because I got lost and wound up looking everywhere. And is it really a zoo? Well, it is kind of a zoo. It's like...
Yeah, it's definitely heavy quotations around that word.
Yeah.
It's a petting zoo.
It's like a circus sideshow.
In the back corner.
Slash petting zoo. It's a little weird. It cracked me up to see it. And the funny thing is, I went through it because the dude was talking to some other person, and it's like, this individual is busy. I'm like, all right. So I just kind of walked right in and kind of looked around and had a look at the place. And I went back to the guy, and I'm like, hey. He's like, hey, 10 credits to see the zoo. I'm like, okay.
Why not? Let's check out what you got.
10 credits. I got like 1.5 million. This is pocket change. I wouldn't even pick it up off the ground if I dropped it. So I'm like, all right, yeah. So, but that was pretty cool. And then I ran across another one which I hadn't run across before. It's called I did this smart thing this time around for my notes where I was taking screenshots of things I wanted to remember.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I missed this lady's name in my screenshot, but the quest line is called Charity of the Wolf. And it's this lady in the stretch, and he is basically running a charity, and she asks you for donations like, hey, can you spare 100 credits or whatever? I'm like, yeah, sure. You do that a couple times, and then I'm like, oh, wait, there's an option to help out or whatever. And you have to do this little just fetch quest thing. And you're going around basically begging for money for the charity. And I'm waving my hand at you like you can see me. I got my camera off, hoping that it would improve audio because bandwidth. But
I'm in a hotel, so we're doomed anyway.
Okay, copy. So the thing about that quest is like it kind of also takes you through the stretch, takes you to other places. I talked to the mayor of Aquila City for the first time. Very cool. And there's one other shopkeep. I can't remember who it is now at this point. But then the Trade Authority would not donate. I could not get them to donate. But they're just like, okay, well, you know, yeah. And then there's part of that same quest line, you have to go to that big machine that's outside of the city and restart it.
I never done that quest, actually. I've done all the side quests I could do in Neon, which was awesome because you get to learn how to make drugs. We just lost our PG rating.
We're not going to timestamp this now? It's a great city to walk around. I love walking around it, and it was just cool to kind of wander and just find all this little stuff I hadn't seen before. I had a lot of fun.
I've done that with Aquila, and I've done that with Neon. I have not done that with New Atlantis at all. Like, I didn't go into the under place, the well, until my third playthrough.
Okay. Well, I feel like Aquila is kind of like the biggest city that's all above ground, that you have a decent amount of walking around to do, that has a lot more to see.
And it still feels like a small Wild West town.
Yeah, it does. But I feel like you have more to look at than like New Atlantis. Ooh, New Atlantis, pretty buildings. Neon, you have that one strip in the middle and then you do have like that underground, but even then there's not like a
There's
whole
actually
lot
two
there.
sides of that underground area.
Well, yeah, there is, and you can take the crazy stair routes all up and down and around and everything like that. But I feel like Aquila feels like the most alive of the cities
I can see
as you're
that.
going through. That's kind of what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think because they try to spread out New Atlantis too much,
yeah,
so it does make it feel a little bit more not as lively as Aquila. And with Neon
right.
being like this den of sin type thing, people are like lurking in the shadows more, and they did a good feel
Yeah,
for that. But Aquila is the only one that you're right. It feels more alive, and it does feel like you're walking around a Wild West town.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the only one of the three where I've been walking around like, oh wait, how have I not seen this before? Where you can find the different layers. All of a sudden, you go up one different staircase, and you're finding a whole bunch of other stuff that wasn't there before. I don't know. It was really cool to me. After I got done with Aquila, I went and checked out the hatch. You might have remembered I mentioned the hatch before, the mod,
Yeah,
the questline hatch. Okay, here is my current review. I
let's hear it.
don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on with it. The description suggests that there are hatches appearing all over New Atlantis. The only one that I've found is the one that they point you to, which is in the stock room of Jemison Mercantile. You go
Okay.
back there, and right next to the shelf, lo and behold, there's a hatch on the floor. Now, I put pictures up in-game pictures if you guys want to check it out. The very first one there. It definitely has a creepy vibe. The minute you get down the landing, there's like a statue of Venus or something right in front of you. And
Oh,
there's
that's
a
what that
bench.
was. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a bench with a dead dude next to it, and then there's
Yeah.
a dead guy that's actually off to your right. And then you look out. If you were to look to the right, there's a big glass window that has foliage outside of it, and then there's one of those little octopus-looking stuffies like sitting in the tree, and there's the graffiti on the wall. It has potential. There's a couple of plates that you can find. You go down the hall a little bit. There's one door that is not even labeled as inaccessible. It's just solid wall, but it's obviously like a door like you would see in Ryujin Tower. And you go into the apartment, and I mean, there's like creepy stuff. There's the one note with the phrase repeating. I can't remember what it is.
Let me out, something like that.
Yeah, that was sitting on a coffee table in the apartment next to a giant skeletal hand that was almost the size of the coffee table. So there's like all these creepy little elements that are all around this little area, but then that's it. There's one door for the bathroom, which that one surprised me a little bit because you walk in and I think it's like Adonis or something, a statue like the one from the picture, but in the shower, just standing there. I'm like, this gives like major like Resident Evil, early days Resident Evil vibes. But and then there's another door that is actually marked as blocked or barricaded or whatever. And there's a hallway, but the hallway ends, and then there's a little robot tooling, one of those cleaning robots tooling around, but he doesn't do anything but make a weird noise at you. So I don't know if this is one of two possibilities. The greater possibility being that this is just simply not a finished mod. This
Yeah,
is a work in progress,
that's what I was gonna say.
which is going to be because the hallway goes down so far, and then there's a door that is non-functional. That'd be my best guess. I'm not sure if even if I spent the time looking around, if I'd ever find another hatch in New Atlantis. It's a very cool concept, but it looks very, very not yet done.
Okay,
Which
so
I
you
was
really can't
surprised
give a
because
full review on it yet.
I can't
then.
give an overview yet. It looks unfinished. But here's the thing: is that when you look into the description, and I don't know, like, why would you put in description? Like, because none of the photos in the description are things that you see in that hatch in Jemison Mercantile. So I don't know. That's the only reason I'm thinking. Are there other hatches? I mean, I don't know.
And it's weird they
a
don't
mod-
give you any kind of hints towards that or more direction.
Right, especially when the one note said something about the ladder disappeared once I was down here for a little bit, and I followed someone else's directions or blah blah blah. So of course I'm looking around for everywhere for other directions. I got nothing. So
That is
I don't
odd.
know if any. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a dud, but I decided that I needed to get Jessamine, so I started the UC quest line. There's another example. I'm working through on Tau Ceti. I'm working through the different, turning all the turrets on and back in this.
Yes.
This is the first time I haven't been able to get them all on. And it was during the day. Every other time it's been nighttime. It was during the day. Terramorphs open doors. Didn't know that. It's not like they can open doors or something, right? Ellie Stettler. So yeah. But I just got sent to the Vigilant, and I'm gonna do the Crimson Fleet stuff next.
That's what I've been debating on what I'm gonna do next. I'm definitely gonna do Escaped again because after listening to you talk about it, I really want to go back in there.
Yeah, cool.
And I haven't decided what I'm gonna do after that for my evil playthrough. Probably the one thing I've never done, and that's doing Ryujin, where I take everybody out. Because every time I've done that quest line, I've always done it to be the best agent possible. Never had my pay ever docked or anything like that, and they always say you were such a perfect agent all the way through. This time, instead of sneaking around for hours, I'm just going to go pop, and go on my merry way. See what happens.
You don't need the money.
Nope. Well, right now I kind of do.
Pig. Right. There's a mod for that.
I'll probably wind up having to owe them money by the end of it.
Right. Anna, you got anything you've been playing this week that you want to bring up?
Let's see. I haven't really had that much time to play recently. I've been pretty busy with family stuff, so.
Gotcha.
Tis the season.
Unfortunately not. Yeah.
Tis the season. All right. Well, what you got, Joe? What was your week like?
I've done some things, and all I want to say is damn the damn. Because I actually went through and completed the story again for Shattered Space.
Oh, okay.
I had the one last house to do, which was forgot the name of the house. I thought I wrote it down, but apparently I did not.
Volcafadique.
Yeah, something like that.
One of them.
They're the healing house people. Anyway.
Oh.
The ones that everyone usually picks to take over at the end.
Yeah.
They send you to the dam to go fight that stupid phantom B word. And the last time I went in there and I took her on, it took me 7 tries. Again, on extreme. But my new long thing I talked about in the last episode completely wrecked her. Because
Really?
I have my combat set up to where I can juggle them, basically. They keep falling down after so many shots with a chance. And when you're just pushing rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds at them, they don't get up. They get up, they fall back down.
Nice.
So I wrecked her. It was amazing. I didn't have to worry about it.
Awesome.
And that your favorite puzzle, Kilo, the one where you have to make the key card appear.
Key card, yeah.
I tried the other combos to see if anything else would happen, and nothing else appears. A little disappointed. I wanted that pencil. Oh, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah,
it would have been great is if you did the pencil, and it comes back as one of those like novelty giant pencils.
That would be awesome. I want that on my ship.
That would have made me laugh.
Yeah.
But no, alas, nothing happened. And of course, being the evil playthrough, I flooded their seaweed farm, which again, like you said, doesn't make any sense. Like why they're panicking about an underwater plant being flooded.
Right. Yeah. No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but I did run into some issues when I took on all 3 of them at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they took me out a couple times, and I just realized I can just stay kind of on a candy corner in that little vent area, and I can just pop them as they come close to me or they appear in front of me.
Yeah.
Once I figured that out, it was
That's
cake.
why I ended up doing. Yeah.
I got through that,
And
and
then
then yeah, exactly. And I went into the Citadel.
Okay.
The favorite combat where I can't be sneaky. And I actually recorded some videos of a couple of my little combats in the Citadel. Not my best work, but not bad. I had some pretty cool shots in those videos. I posted them in our Discord.
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah.
And it was nothing new. I fully explored that thing the first time I went through. But that combat, I don't know. Okay, I think I wrote down somewhere at home on my notepad on my desk at home, 4 hours away from here. Trying to remember how many times I wrote it down. I did like Roman numerals every time I died. And I think I was up to about 17 or 18 before the main boss. The main boss was another 6 or 7.
Wow, man.
Yeah, and I'm not as well equipped as I was last time I went in there.
Yeah.
And the Starborn suit does not do much for protection.
There is like a cool secret in Anaska's office right before you go up to the pinnacle.
The logs?
Yeah, the Janan Varun's log.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
The one that was confiscated.
Yep. Last time I did it, I talked about that a little bit. That's one of the little secrets you can find in there. And there's supposed to be more little Easter eggs in there. Oh, when I finally did beat him, and I finally got through that mess, I went for my evil playthrough, guys. and I did it.
Well,
So I killed. Okay, that one point where you have to either kill the warriors or let them launch. I saved right before that because I was curious. I want to see what happened if I released them.
Okay.
It doesn't disappoint.
Really?
They start, like in groups of 3, start disappearing from their pods. The evil speaker starts laughing maniacally, yes, until they're all disappearing and they're out in combat. And I wanted to go through because normally when you do that, when you kill them, the alarm goes off with the spacers or whatever that's in there, or the zealots that are coming in.
Yeah.
And he just says, well, you're not going to get away with this, blah, 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 and disappears. Well, this time, when they start popping in, he's all, my faithful servant, we got to protect these secrets. The zealots cannot get a hold of this. Meet me up top and we will take care of this.
Oh.
Completely different vibe going on. And I really wanted to go through the entire Citadel to see what the end of that would be. But I didn't because it doesn't go with my playthrough. I might do that next time just for fun.
Or not.
For funsies?
Yeah,
My first playthrough, I did that, of Shattered Space. I did that. And there's one point where you can say, like, all must serve as a dialogue option, and that really disappointed me how that turned out.
Oh, because you
I
died.
won't spoil it any more than that, but...
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's because you're going to die.
Yeah, you do die.
Yeah. That's easy enough to guess, I think. But yeah, I did release them, and I went up there and I took them out. And when I got to the end, I made sure to give control over to the militant faction, which I forgot their name. Because like usual, I did not think about writing it down.
Yeah.
And said, let's start the Holy War.
Nice.
And the funny thing is, when you do that, only one of the houses is disappointed in that.
Really?
Yeah, the one that abstains is like, okay, let's do it. And of course, the one that's all for it, he's all, let's do it. We're being faithful to our dead, crazy leader.
Right.
And yeah, the other lady's like, this is a big mistake, and I can't believe we're going to be doing this when we lost most of our population in this recent accident. How are we going to even wage a war when we can't get ourselves together? And like, lady, you're making too much sense. Stop it.
Okay. Yeah. That's everything that I said that justified my decision to Shattered.
And that's what I thought was interesting, because she goes through all those examples of it. I haven't left Varun Kai yet, because I want to see if, like, we're going to see more actual Varun and not zealots everywhere.
Oh, that'd be, yeah. I love to know if that's a thing.
And I'm really curious what's going to happen, because I did kill all the Phantom Warriors.
They better. They did that in Skyrim. Depending on whether you help the Imperials or Stormcloaks win, you see more activity from whatever side you chose. There better be something, man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There better be something regarding that, because I went through all the trouble to make this evil thing happen.
I don't want to see my work go to waste, damn it.
Exactly. I want more enemies to take out. I was tempted to get banned from Varun Kai. Do that one option where you can say, like, you guys all suck, you're all crazy, you don't deserve it, and they ban you.
Right.
So tempted to do that. And then fight my way back into the city. But no.
Well, Andrasia wouldn't look very highly on that.
She's nowhere in the equation. I haven't even gotten her yet.
Oh, that's right, because you're playing the evil playthrough.
Yeah. I don't want her looking down on me. It'd break my heart.
Right.
And one thing I noticed, is my second favorite weapon now is my Long Fang. I love that thing. But I ran out of ammo a third of the way through the Citadel. It takes the 3 kilovolt laser rounds, LZRs.
Okay. Those are everywhere.
They're not.
Oh.
Everyone I killed in that Citadel, every body I searched all over the place for that ammo. It was either the 1.5 kilovolt or it was the fuses.
Yeah, that's on brand for you.
Yeah, I have thousands of fuses, mind you. And thousands,
Great.
well, I started out with about 200 rounds of 50 cal, and I probably shot about 200, maybe, well, not even that much, probably 100. And I wound up with over 600. No, actually, I take that back. My notes were wrong. It was about 830.
Oh.
So I found a lot of 50 cal. But I could not find the 3 kilovolt. And it made no sense, because no one carried a Long Fang in that entire area, apparently.
Right. Or anything else that...
No.
There are other Varun weapons that use that, aren't there?
Yeah, I think the heavy one does.
Yeah.
Which I forgot the name of, but yeah, it would. So I couldn't use that most of the way through. It was terrible. So I just started using my hard target on everything. What a bummer. Doing my quick scopes.
What are you gonna do, man?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's still my favorite weapon in the game. My new legendary toy.
Well, that's my OCD thing too. Is I always have to have my Beowulf.
Yeah, me and my hard target. It's a must-have.
Yep.
If I ever create a new
That's,
character, I'm going to go insane for 40 levels so I can't get my hard target.
Let's see. Hard target, Beowulf, Deadeye, Barrow Knife.
Okay, so you have your
That's-
set loadout.
That's my kit. Yep. That's always my. It's always my loadout. It's always my loadout.
See, I love this long thing I got, but it's mostly because of the perks that came on it. It's not the long thing itself, which is a fun weapon, but it almost kind of reminds me of like a laser shotgun because it does a spread.
Yeah.
But kind of a cross between a rifle and a shotgun. And when I have the perks on it, it makes it unstoppable. So I really can't say like, oh, I'm gonna go get a long thing every time now because that was a random drop.
It was luck of the draw, which you don't have a lot of. So
Right. So I hang on to what little I can find.
right, exactly.
Oh, and after I woke up, after the whole citadel explodes, and the council's there, and they go through the whole process, I did it, and then for some reason, the quest makes you go and decorate your house. It says, decorate your house, and puts the quest marker on the button. And I did that without even thinking. I was blindly following the quest, and I clicked on it like, oh, what am I doing? I don't want to decorate this. And as soon as I closed it, I don't know how I hit grenade, but I wound up blowing up the council, and they don't think highly upon that.
They had a problem with that? That's a shocker.
Yeah, it's not something that they're overjoyed about. So I had to reload. Thankfully, though, it reloaded right when I woke up again. So
okay, well there you go.
Good thing for autosave that time. And I did go back to the crater this time, and I did find the crate and got the Speaker's Judgment.
Nice.
I wanted to check it out. It's an okay gun. I'm gonna sell it. Not gonna use it.
Not gonna hold it.
Nah. And I think I'm gonna start Escape next. That's on my to-do. So my whole time playing this week was in that citadel, mostly. In the damn.
In the damn.
Oh yeah, and shout out to Dracillus, and a big thank you for the cred stick. He 3D printed cred sticks, and they look awesome, and he sent me one.
Awesome.
Sitting on my desk. That thing's pretty cool. I have a cred stick. I'm rich.
Whenever you did the dam, did you ever talk to the farmers that are downstream of the dam afterward?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, I don't know why they're crying about their seaweed being flooded.
Yeah.
I think that was a short sight for Bethesda on that one there.
Yeah, it's like, what do? We have to have some consequence, like flood the seaweed. That doesn't make sense. Whatever, send it.
You think that they could have like flooded their buildings and destroyed the town that was there? That'd be cool, but no.
Well, it could have been even like, I mean, it's all underground. You just could have had like one part where all the, I don't know. You could have a part where something that blows up and just levels the town or something.
Yeah, that'd been nice.
Could have done it 100 different ways.
And that's what they chose, to flood an underwater crop.
Right. Oh, the seaweed has too much water.
Was it too much fresh water that killed it? I don't know. I'm sure someone can come up with some scientific explanation as how it could have possibly have damaged their crop.
It uproots them, obviously.
Right. Well, I mean, we also know that there's, from my playthrough, where I fell in that water going after that boss box, that there is also acidic and caustic liquid in there. So maybe if that might have somehow ruined the crops, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll give you that one.
So what's this challenge run going on now that someone posted in our Discord?
Yeah, this was suggested by the kid, and I saw it the other day, and this is a perfect excuse. I've always wanted to make a gunslinger character.
Yeah, I saw this, and I was like, no way in Hades am I doing this one.
Oh, come on, Widget.
Nope.
It's pistols only, no scope, iron sight.
That's the complete opposite of what I do.
That is your weapon for the entire playthrough. Pistols only, no scope. I think I might give this one a shot.
Well, I do have a couple pistol mods where that could actually be something to try, like possible to do.
Maybe. It'd be cool, man. I think the first thing I'd probably do is I would make a beeline for the Rangers.
But did they set any like criteria, as in what kind of difficulty setting do you have to be on?
No, they did not. But I think the only way you can do this is extreme.
Yeah, so that's only make it a challenge. When you make this a challenge, then go for it all the way. Don't skimp.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I knew you'd do that.
I'm not doing extreme. No, man. I'm happy playing normal.
I will give a recommendation for anyone who wants to do the challenge. There is a custom unique mag shot, which is the magnetic induction pistol. There's one on Nira at One of a Kind Salvage that you can pick up for free right after getting away from Constellation. And that I think it deals like 110 damage at base, which is decent early game.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not doing this on extreme. But if somebody
Aw.
wants, are we gonna? Well, do we want to make the challenge? I'm not gonna do it on extreme. Are you gonna do it on extreme? Widget?
If I want to torture myself like sticking needles in my eye, I would definitely do it on extreme. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it out there, listeners. I want someone to attempt this, and I want you to try to be on the next recording
Okay, let's say this.
so that we can talk to you about it.
The criteria is very hard minimum, and if you're a real man, extreme.
All right, I see you.
I might give it a go. I'm not going to make any promises, but I might give it a go.
I will think about it. It's the most I'm gonna do.
I got my bloodlust
There are
run
some-
going, so
I mean, it would be the time.
When you say extreme, do you mean 75% plus XP?
no, that's psychotic. I meant combat extreme.
Yeah.
Back that down real quick, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ugh.
If you're doing everything like that, then you're not a man. You belong in a
You're
psych
Archon.
ward. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that works too.
I think I got plus 14% on that on those. I'm pretty happy with that.
I think I'm like plus 25 or something like that. So what do we got for mods?
Mod. Well, first of all, friend of the show, Bryn, his new mod is out on PC and Xbox, and it is titled Aventech Traveler, and it adds 31 new ship modules based on the ships from the game Destiny. And
It looks pretty
sweet.
tight. Yeah.
It looks super clean. I love it.
I need to get his other two modules before I build my new ship.
I'm definitely going to download this one too. So there's that. There's pictures in the Discord if you want to check it out. Bryn put pictures up in there.
I think a
You
couple
kinda
of
get a
listeners
look
already
at what it
started building ships on that with his mod.
Yeah. Yep. And I saw a couple in Shipbuilder. And then this one I'm bringing up because it appears to be another attempt at Stag Enforcer. It's one of those Rev 8 mods that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
The only difference is this one requires the demog, which is also in creation. I'm going to assume that this is you're going to want this to go after the demog
Oh yeah, because it uses the demon
in your
model.
load. Yep.
Which is still my favorite vehicle, by the way.
I haven't got it yet because I'm a genius, and I kept going to the ship. I'm like, where is this? Has it not updated for Xbox yet? And then I'm going through creations today. I'm like, oh, okay. It's free in creations. You just have to not be a dope and download it. So that's there. And the Stag Enforcer, which is probably, for me, my opinion, arguably cooler looking than the Dimog, but it uses that as the base. I don't know.
Well, the Dimog's not that cool looking. I just like the performance of it.
Well, it's got a little bit of a DeLorean vibe, which I thought was cool. And yeah, so it is what it is. I'm thinking that I'm going to make a separate save game and then load this up and see if I can get this to work, or if it's going to be a problem like it was before. So, because I definitely want that vehicle.
Okay. Well, they fixed that problem, supposedly, so we'll see.
Fingers crossed. It's mods. You never know. Always at your own risk. We've said this about a million times. And then this one kind of looks cool. It's called Faith of Distress by Pietro Zero Game. And what it does is it adds new POIs. It is a work in progress, mind you. They're adding a bunch of other POIs to this, but it adds a bunch of different locations and modified star systems. In Feynman, you can find a tech research center, which they're currently playtesting, and they're adding mines to Nikola, Masada, a pet shop chaos. I don't know what that is.
For anyone who doesn't know, a POI is a point of interest. So it's that random spawn locations on the planets that you can go to, the bases, the shipyards, things like that.
Yep. Other future updates include an alien. It just says alien. I don't know if that's like Ripley alien or just alien in general.
Okay.
Interspace Zoo, bioweapon, secret asteroids, and Aurora Rampage. I'm actually curious about that one.
Right.
Like some kind of riot in Aurora and eating people's faces off like they're
Yeah, completely tweaked out.
Right, exactly. So yeah, so it adds a bunch of POIs, and it's just go check it out. It's a lot to read on the air. But the description is pretty cool. It looks cool. Hopefully it is cool.
Yeah.
Give that one a shot. It looks sweet.
So I was looking at Illness ship that he recently built using Aventech Traveler.
Yeah.
And it At first glance, I'm thinking, that looks like a cool military vehicle, but then I look at it closer, I'm like, the way that coloring looks, it looks like an unfinished toy model. Like one of those ones that you have to paint.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like primer gray.
Yeah, it's just all primer gray, and it throws me off. It seriously, when I open the picture, it looks like a figure. Huh. Anyway.
I have a mod that I'd like to recommend if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
It is called Institute of Naval Technology Glassless Cockpits by Flight Controller, and it adds 7 new glassless command parts with full internal views.
Yes, I did bring this up on a previous show. Can you tell me, is it still PC only, or did they
No,
add
it's
it
for
to
Xbox now.
That's what I needed to hear. Oh, I wanted this so bad. I spent like forever looking around on Creation, like, why can't I find it? And I switched it to include PC, and then it popped right up. I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. So now it's on Xbox. Oh, sweet.
There you go. We're going to wrap up the show here, guys.
Okay.
Did I miss anything, or are we good?
Rook Slug. I forgot the date. Inflictions. Man, now I got lung damage and a cough. And it's horrible. So it's been a fun week or so. Let's start off simple. I went to the clinic to get healed up after my last adventure and ended up talking to one of the people that worked there. And they asked me to go check on this resident, so I did. It was an old guy, losing his memory. Helped him clean up his house, all that good stuff. Poor guy. He hasn't seen his granddaughter, I think, in a while. And so he's a little out of it. I found this music box, reminded him, and he got sad, asked me to keep it. So I did. And it's just sad watching somebody losing their mind like that, but he doesn't want to remember the loss he felt, and I don't blame him. So I went and gave that news, and then while I was there, they asked me to check on an orphanage, so I did, which was really weird to get to it because of all these gravity fields around it that had to float through to get up into certain areas. Got up to the orphanage, which sadly is a shell of the building it looks like it used to be. Heard some voices, went through there. So sad. But when I heard some singing, and I got to the top, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together. But while I was at the top, I was like, how am I going to... Okay, so there's a vortex ghost here. How am I going to talk to this entity, this person? And then I was curious, because they said the last person that was up here was the old man's granddaughter. When they said that name, I was like, that's interesting. So I heard the ghost standing there singing, and I just, something told me I should play the music box, so I did. And it brought her back to, I could actually talk to her. It wasn't much talking, really. But she thanked me because then she was able to go home. So now I'm really wanting to take the effort and try finding out how to see if it's able to undo this vortex ghost thing. Because that just wrenched at my heart a little bit. But I went and checked on the old man because she said she was going home. And he said he heard her singing, and that brings him much comfort. So I just continued on. Then at some point, I went and checked out this abandoned place. I ended up having to get my jump pack certification, which gone through the Unity how many times? And this is my first time getting the jump pack certification. I think I would have done that sooner. But yeah, I don't. So the whole purpose of me getting my jump pack cert is so I could reach slightly higher places to be able to grab on and pull myself up. Because every time I missed, it hurt. Then I moved. So I explored this listening post. And granted, it wasn't really worth getting the jump pack cert just for that, but it is what it is. I've been doing some minor things here and there. I really need to get back into the main objective of going to this cave near the scaled tower. However, I've been wanting to help as many people as I can. Because I might be an explorer, but I have a heart. So I've been running around trying to figure out how I can help these people. So I've been doing odd jobs here and there. Helping out with delivering packages. What else did I do? Went and helped some researchers. That was entertaining. That one was slightly more painful, but it made me realize, how was the Crimson Fleet able to find this place, but nobody else was? It makes no sense, because there's Crimson Fleet outposts on this. Well, was. I don't think many are left alive, but the Crimson Fleet, they had an outpost here, and helping these researchers with figuring out what's going on with the plants that are killing the animals. I ended up having to go to this Crimson Fleet outpost and, let's see, what's the wording I want to use? Dwindled their numbers significantly. I think there's only like 2 or 3 left. So I did that. That was really rewarding because it was my cup of tea, going around helping scientists. But then, after I got done doing that, I was like, while I was inside this base reading emails, because I'm nosy, they talked about the path of redemption. And so I decided to follow that. And it was quite enlightening, actually. Except for where I had to go Vortex Ghost and the Redeemed. God, I hate the Redeemed. But I did find my new gun. The long shot. The Varun long shot is fun. Laser weapons are my go-to thing, and this thing is just fun. Granted, I go through 3 kilovolt cells really fast, but it's still fun. So, the Path of Redemption was very enlightening. Very dangerous. I can see why they make it a path. So I knocked that one out fairly quickly. And then I saw, at one point, I had to go back to my ship and get some rest because I was tired. And on my way out of the ship, I saw this area right beside where my ship is sitting, where they got some refugees. So I went up there to see if there was anybody I could talk to up there that might need some help. And there was this guy being ostracized up there. So I went and talked to him, and he didn't want to talk to me. Quite honestly, I don't care why nobody really wanted to talk to him. But he didn't want to talk to me, so I was like, okay. I went back and ended up helping them out, and it was entertaining. Taking out more zealots. You can never not take out enough zealots. From what I'm learning about the Varun, the zealots are the ones that are still trying to keep the war going, so to speak. Well, took out one of the leaders of the zealots, so that might trim things down a little bit. But let me tell you, this planet is really dangerous. I'm afraid to go into certain areas because, not even because of the vortex ghosts. I'm talking about the wildlife on this planet is dangerous. I almost died multiple times. In fact, I was on the borderline of dying before I remembered, oh yeah, I have powers. I can go invisible and run away. Which I did. It's exploration of this place is hard. I do need to finish exploring because I find this landscape very unique. The color of the sky is very intriguing. At one time the storm came over, there was red lightning. That was just like the coolest thing. How often do you get to see red lightning? I mean, what do you expect from a red sky, but still. It was a little unnerving, but fun to watch. I just wanted to keep watching it. Unfortunately, I have things to do. Some more entertaining things I saw. I've seen all sorts of vortex beasts. They all seem like one type of species. But then I saw a vortex groat. That was disturbing because groats aren't aggressive. It was just sitting there, minding its own business. I walked right by it, didn't do anything. And it was like, okay. But the more I see these people, the more I realize they are a really diverse people. I want to say more like early. What decade would that be? What century would that have been? I've read about them in old texts. Um, Feudal Japan. That is what I'm reminded of. Or any high fantasy novel with kingdoms, with your houses and stuff like that. That's what I'm reminded of. If I take it to a Star Trek point, because I'm on a kick of watching Star Trek lately, which is an old 20th and 21st century series. It's weird watching something on a flat screen. But yeah, they remind me of the Klingons, but minus the warrior aspect. There's a lot of intrigue going on. There's an old 19th century, no, not that, 20th century novel called Song of Ice and Fire. It's reminding me of that with the intrigue amongst the houses. But it's very entertaining. But I need to get back onto this job. I just need to come back to my ship and rest for a while. It's been long. I'm hurting. I need to get some medication in me. So I'll be back next week with some more logs. Probably going to be more entertaining than this one, honestly. But it'll be fun. I enjoy what I do. Exploring's fun. And so far, Varunkai has been very interesting. Not what I was expecting. Well, till next week, I guess. Rook out. Alright, so this is Rook out of character. That was this week's Rook's log. Just going over some of the things I've done in game. I had a lot to cover, so I didn't go into the heavy aspects of role playing it. But I do have some commentary on some things I saw in the game while I was playing, and I was very interested to mention it. So they briefly touched on the fact that the Vortex Ghost can be reminded of things by things they can hear that have strong emotional attachment. And it makes me wonder if those of you who have actually gone through all of this, don't say anything to me because I haven't gone. Well, you can tell me. You're not going to spoil anything. And yes, I actually really do have a cough. I just role played it into the game as into the log as me having an affliction. Hey, look, I got an affliction in real life. But seriously, I want to see them touch more on the emotional attachment items, bringing people back to coherence, so that way you can talk to them. Maybe that would be a way they could, if it doesn't clear out and save people from vortex status, maybe it's a way to get peace from them by actually contacting them and having a conversation. Granted, as far as I know right now, your character is the only one that can actually talk to the vortex ghost. But if it's a way that you can go and give these people one last way of saying goodbye, that'd be a good story. Also, I'm legit intrigued on how they developed the Varun after everything you hear about them and the kind of society they developed. It's actually very entertaining. I do like what I'm seeing so far, but based on everything I've read saying it was too short and stuff like that, there's still so much to do on this planet. Like I said, I got to go and do the part of the mission where you're actually going into this cave in the main story, over where you got to go into this cave over by the Scale Tower. I started going in that direction and then was like, you know what? I need to go back and get some more health items because I'm out. And then I decided to start doing every other side quest because in any Bethesda game so far, that's what I tend to do is deviate from the main quest and do a bunch of side quests before I actually go back to the main quest. There's a reason why I haven't beaten Dragon Age. Sorry, wrong series. There's a reason why I haven't beaten Skyrim all the way through because I keep getting diverted by all the side quests. So one thing they do well is adding a lot of content. I wish they would add more content to this expansion. I'm not giving up on Starfield. It is still one of my favorite space games. especially since Elite Dangerous thinks the only aliens they need to put in their game is Thargoids, and they want to keep trying to kill off human civilization with Thargoids. I'm going to stick with Starfield and my Star Trek Online. Anyway, I just want to give that little bit of content. I want to give a little bit of that commentary about what I think about the game so far with this new expansion, since I'm not able to be live on this show. If y'all have any questions or any information on what I could do better in my Rooks logs, or what y'all would like to see me do more of in the Rooks logs, roleplay the character more, whatever, give me feedback on Discord. That's discord.gg/raw podcasts. That way I can actually make it more entertaining. All right, guys, I'll see y'all next week. Rook out.
That was episode 68.
Yeah.
Wait.
Getting freaky next week, though.
Yeah, just
Getting
wait for
freaky next week.
episode 69.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Nice.
I don't know if I can be here for that one.
I don't know if I can. Anyway, if you guys want to reach out for this show for advertising or any kind of business, the best way to do that is through our Gmail, starfieldraw@gmail.com. Or actually, you can reach us individually on Discord as well. And it is the place to be if you want to check out the videos that I posted, or the pictures that Kilo's posted, or any of the listeners and the members of the community have been doing. Go to Discord. Discord.gg/raw podcasts. Hop on in. Say hi. Have fun. Well, say hi is not a requirement. It's just, courtesy. Our Facebook is Raw Podcast. Our Instagram
is Raw Podcast 1.
I don't know why that became a thing, but it did. You can follow us on...
thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. You can follow us on X at Starfield Raw, and you can follow us individually as well. Before I get into that, you can follow me pretty much everywhere at The Widget, TheWigit.
And you can follow me at Kilo Tango 1122 everywhere.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and have a fantastic week out in the stars.
It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. William Shakespeare.